Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade, the tabletop game. So, this is obviously a stream recording, if you couldn't guess by the fact that it says stream starting in the top left-hand corner right now, as we're just getting started here. And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so I'm going to join over in the Discord chat that all the players are in right now, and we'll see where we get. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Does this mean we turn off the stream?
Yep. Turn it off.
Yep, does turn it off. Alright, so let's go through, as we would like to do at the start of any campaign. We're going to be starting by going through and talking about the players, introducing them, their various clans, personalities, etc., and the players themselves. Now, we're going to actually start with the player who's received the honorary title of Cat Herder this game. The honorary title of Cat Herder. The honorary title of Cat Herder is given to the experienced player I drag along when I do a campaign full of new players. I'm sorry, but the rest of you are the cats.
That just means I can sleep like 34% of the stream and then wake up and then sleep the other 34%.
Good luck, Keegan. Good luck.
Alright. So, Keegan, say hi.
Hello.
Alright. Keegan, your character name is...
Eric Fush.
Eric Fush. Player Keegan. I'm just punching in your info here for the stream overlay. Clan Ventru, if I remember correctly. Christ, I better.
Yep.
Ooh. Man, that font is... That font is... No. We need to size down that font. There we go. Much better. Alright. So, you've received the honorary title of Cat Herder for this game, as you are my experienced player, and everyone else is mostly just here because they pay me money on Patreon. Love you guys.
Love you too, Dad.
Okay, let's not make this creepy here.
It's too late. It was already creepy.
He's putting me in the basement, help!
Wait.
God. Alright. So, Keegan.
Yes.
You are actually not from Vienna, or Wien. Sorry, we're going to be using the anglicized names here because the majority of us speak English.
Ooh.
Anglicize it all, baby. And you are actually from Germany, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, tell us, why are you in Vienna?
I am here to try and get a alliance between the state of the region north of Austria, which is the German Empire.
I believe you mean the vampires of Berlin.
Of course. Same difference. Not like
Yeah,
we
more or
rule
less,
Germany.
right. Yeah. Yeah, because you were dispatched here by your grandsire, actually. Gustav. He's a very famous, let's call him, vampire who's ruled Berlin since the 1200s. He is known as the Iron Fist because of how he treats rule breakers in his city and how most people in his city are bloodbound to him. You yourself included, by the way. If you didn't know. It won't be particularly relevant because you're a few hundred miles away from him, but, just the way it goes. So yeah. That's good to know. Unfortunately, it's given you a rather fearsome reputation. Everyone knows of your grandsire, and by proxy, everybody knows of you. And unfortunately, this means that, your reputation precedes you, and especially for the Tremere, who are particularly worried about you, because there was a diplomatic incident back in the 1500s where the Tremere Justicar was sent back to Vienna with a stake through his heart in a box, after he failed to announce himself before your grandsire when he was in Berlin.
That's what he gets.
Yeah, exactly, right. So you have a bit of a reputation. and because Ventrue especially are very focused on lineage and legacy. So, yeah, do be careful about how you tread in this game. This is a good warning. Alright. And I believe you actually have a child in this game, don't you?
Yes, it's me.
Mm-hmm. We're going to be turning Craftlaw up slightly because he is quiet. There we go. Try saying that.
Right. Okay, it's me. I am his child, I didn't even know that his grandson was Gustav. Kaelin, why you do this to me?
Whoops, OBS has crashed.
We're off to a great start.
I think I'm still streaming until I hit the until I hit a yes or no button. I'll also need to restart the recording because the recording crashed with it. No, nothing saved. Great. So I still have the characters from the last campaign in on this. Eric Fouche, player, Keegan, clan, Ventrue. And properties. Okay, it didn't crash this time. So, character, Craftlaw, what is your character's name? Craftlaw.
He muted himself.
I don't know why he does that.
I don't know either. Probably because he's off doing something. So, I'm going to raid his sheet here. No, that's not his sheet. Ah, here we are. His character name is Dantion Vals. His clan is also Ventrue.
Frederick, hasn't it changed? It's Frederick.
Looks like he changed it.
It kinda sorta. I mean, you changed it on your character character sheet, but or not your character sheet, on like the character title, but you didn't change it on the sheet. So Frederick von Vals. There we are. All right, you are an 8th generation Ventrue, child of Eric Fouche, played by Keegan. All right. And so tell us a little bit about yourself, Craftlaw. Or no, he's still on mute. Okay. Well, we'll. Oh, there he is. Good.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So this is your first game of VTM, right?
Yeah.
Is this your first tabletop game of any sort?
Yes.
All right. So you're pretty much as green as they come.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you this campaign.
I'll hope my sire takes care of me and it doesn't scream out like he can, like I read. It doesn't.
Oh yeah,
look
he
good.
can, though. You know, hopefully he doesn't.
Just be good and don't screw up.
Next up we have Andy. So Andy, your character name is. I cannot hear you at all. Like you're really.
Dienkekt.
Okay. Dion Shet.
Okay. Yep.
You know me, I'm not going to pronounce crap like that right.
Alright.
Especially not after I've been yelled at so many times to use hard C's instead of soft C's for everything European.
Okay, Kevin. And hold on. What are all the variations? There's Kelvin, Caroline.
Caitlin. Yeah. Kylevin was a weird one.
Hail Calvin.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Alright. Player NDFC, you are Clan Malkavian, yes?
Yep.
He's the insane one.
Yes, he is. He is the Mad Seer.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
But will you ever know why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I don't know, you can consult some tea leaves to find out.
Ah, I see.
That's not a thing yet.
Yes, it is. Don't you have that power?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch existed in 1910.
Oh, valid point. Carry on.
You can start it.
I just want to quote bad movies from like the late 90s. All game.
I mean, it's not the worst thing ever that a Malkavian can do. Resets the bloody text.
That's my seeing the future power.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
What does it mean? You'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
The only good
Find out
bug
next
is a
time.
dead bug.
Now. Alright, so we have our lovely Malkavian, who I'm sure will be a thorn in my side as well as everybody else's. Don't feel bad about that. That's pretty much your job, is seeing things you shouldn't know and being a thorn in the storyteller's side.
Meta knowledge for the win.
Pretty much, yeah. Malkavian, roll some dice and gain meta knowledge. What? How is this fair?
Because then you get to mislead him if he reads it wrong. That's the only reason it's fair.
This is true. This is true. Alright, so next up we have Aruman.
Yep, me. I am one. I think of the two Toreadors, and I am Cosmo di Medici. And I'm basically here because, hey, I bought this bar, and I'm served as an informant for a long time, and I'm not moving just because I'm a vampire. I'm just gonna change who I provide info to.
Fair enough. Alright. Okay, and... Oh, that is oversized. The font, it's actually kind of funny. Despite using the exact same font and everything for every one of them, I have completely different font sizes set up for everybody right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, Keegan is on font size 61, I think. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just OBS. And Cosmo di Medici is written in font size 26. Like, I don't know why. OBS is just...
I think I'm the only other person with tabletop experience, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm green.
Wrong.
I'm as green as Graflaw.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me and Keegan are the only people who have any real experience in TTS.
Allied too.
Yeah, I do too.
Speaking of Allied, he's the next character.
Greetings. I am Ulysses from Clan Lasombra. I have an American name because I was actually touring Europe when I ended up becoming a vampire, and I settled in the capital of the Hungarian Empire because it was exotic enough for my tastes. And then I went underground for a few years.
Oh, jeez. OBS crashed again.
Give me one moment, Calvin. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Keep talking. Fuck. Like I said, it won't crash until I hit the button.
I think he left is what he meant.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, we'll be right back again, because editing text in OBS is apparently the worst crime imaginable.
Burn him at the stake.
Yeah. Alright, so I've got a new plan. I'm going to quickly edit all the text before I start streaming again. And we'll be taking like a short 2-minute break while I do that. And we'll be right back, everyone. For fuck's sakes.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a bottle of water.
Alright.
My backstory, I just realized I'm Batman.
Began the recording. Hello, people of YouTube. We're back, hopefully, for the last time. I'm hoping not to crash OBS again. So, now that we've done the character introductions, and we've talked about all of the characters that we have.
If you wanted to stream, eat shit and die.
Yeah, pretty much. So, we're going to talk about our setting here. We are in Vienna, and the year is 1912. In fact, our campaign will begin on the first day of the winter solstice, December 21st. Let's talk a little bit about the state of the world, the state of the city, and, the general environment we're going to be finding. Alright, so the first thing, note that it is indeed, 18 months before World War II begins, give or take?
I think you mean one.
So, yes, that is looming on the horizon. And vampires are potentially moving to hasten to this. In particular, the Prince of Germany, or well, the Prince of Berlin, in particular, Keegan's grandsire, has had a series of, ideas on what he'd love to do with some French Toreador land under the German Empire. So, needless to say, he's got some plans, and he's actually looking to his old arch-nemesis, the Tremere, for help. The Tremere have their own ambitions for expanding the Austro-Hungarian Confederacy, mostly onto the Russian soils. And, the Russian Bruja right now, which are mostly aligned with the Sabbat, are free to just want to beat up on people. Doesn't really matter who. They just like to beat up on people, though. And meanwhile, the various vampires of the British Empire are actually the ones who don't really want to go to war, as they have the most to lose. The British Empire is in a pretty good position right now, as it is 1912. So, whilst the vampires of the British Empire are currently, against this whole, hey, let's drive the world to war, well, we know how it ends in history. So, where is my...
Do we have a latecomer?
Yeah,
No?
seems like it.
What? Do we?
Cackle's here.
Cackle is here?
Cackletron.
Yeah.
Oh,
Looking at
wow.
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just trying to fix my volume thing, so that way we... Hey, Cackle.
Hey.
You're late as all hell.
I just got back from work. I can explain.
Yeah. Well, you're kind of late, unfortunately. Also,
Yeah.
your character isn't even done yet.
Yeah, I know. I didn't. I'm.
Maybe he can join next session.
I
and
talk
spend this
about-
entire
Yeah, I
session
think
trying
you're.
to
I think you're
rebuild
gonna
his
have to take
character.
this session off, buddy.
That's fine. I'll try and finish this character. I mean, the name is amazing though. You got to admit that.
Yeah, you've got a nice name, but unfortunately, your name doesn't matter if you don't have a finished character.
Yeah.
Preview.
Sneaky.
Yeah, sneak preview. We'll have Cackletron next time.
I need to get anyway. So.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Outfit
Cackle.
fitting.
Yep.
All right. Now, back to where we were. So potentially tune in next session to see Cackletron. We'll see. All
We
right.
have a new silver supporter.
We do.
Yeah, someone who just joined us became a
Yeah,
silver
Mark,
supporter. It's officery.
Well, we'll get to that
Well-
apparently.
Yeah, we'll get this stuff later.
Yeah, I've got like. Can we keep this on topic, please?
Sure, sorry.
Thank you. Alright, so, as we said, the vampires of the world are sort of pushing humanity to war because vampires are greedy assholes and love to manipulate humans. After all, what is the means of, expanding your power base if a million, cattle die, right? So, currently, we've got a war going on in the Balkans. It is the war of the First Balkan League. Or the First Balkan War, whatever the hell it's actually called in history, between the various states of the Balkan, Bulgaria, Serbia, Montenegro, Greece, versus the Ottoman Empire.
Remove kebab.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what they're going.
Kebab
That's
is-
where they're going with it. Which has actually proven to be a boon for Austria, because it's friendly with both sides and has been able to maintain pretty decent trade relations. And mind you, it's only friendly in air quotes with both sides because it hates both sides.
The best of
They're just
friends.
making fat stacks off of selling guns to everyone in the war, and everyone just keeps saying, "Sure, we'll take your guns for money," because they would need guns.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much how it's going. As far like Austria hates the Ottomans because they're screwing with their sphere of influence in the Balkans, and Austria hates Serbia for the same reason.
Didn't Austria eat Bosnia like a couple of years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, it did technically happen a few decades prior, but the, in air quotes, official annexation of Bosnia was in 1908. So that has caused a recent influx, and in fact, among other things, the Sunni Muslim faith has been adopted as one of the official faiths of the empire.
Wow.
P.S. There are like 17 official languages and 6 official religions. Welcome to Austria-Hungary. Yeah.
Gotta keep that nationalism down.
Yeah, pretty much. So, there's some weird stuff in this country that you're pretty much just gonna have to get used to. Also, keep in mind that various people will speak various languages, especially in Vienna, because it's the capital of the entire shebang. Now, among other situations, we're going to start talking about the kindred situation. Since the Anarch Revolt in the 1400s and the Convention of Thorns, Vienna has more or less been settled as the center of Tremere power in Europe. It boasts the largest and most powerful Tremere chantry. The Tremere, being the clan of blood wizards, have an iron grip on the city. In short, you can practically be expected that you will not get any fame, prestige, or office here. Which, bit of a shame, but you know how it goes.
I thought. Okay.
Carry on.
I thought I was their seer.
You are. You're the Tremere
You just
seer.
don't get any credit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fantastic.
They throw a few coins your way every so often.
Are they worth anything?
No, Austro-Hungary.
Do they just chuck them at me to go away?
Yeah, pretty close. So. Yeah, let's start with that, shall we? With the Tremere having slowly been gaining edging power, they've also been in I don't want to call it a war, but a feud with Clan Toreador. Toreador are the ancestral kings of the Hungarians as well, which is a bit of a problem.
Sure.
And ever since that whole thing boiled over in 1858, and the Hungarians more or less got total independence from Vienna, there's been some animosity, let's just say, between the two clans.
Just a tad.
Yeah, just a tad. Which, as we talked about before, has also led to the Tremere kind of sort of willing to support the Germans in attacking France. Because fuck the Toreador.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Now, in addition to this, on the far eastern portion of the empire is Transylvania, the home of the Tzimisce clan. Now, there is a group there known as the Ordea League, of ancient and very powerful Tzimisce. Now, they aren't your usual run-of-the-mill Sabbat Tzimisce, they are the Old Clan. What does that mean? They don't have the crazy flesh-shaping powers that most do, but instead are much more like Dracula. They command animals, they command people, and they're just pretty kick-ass all around. Now, they're very ancient and powerful, and have pretty much acted as a huge block in the Empire, despite their relatively small size, simply because of their power. There is at all times a representative of the Ordea League in Vienna. And, you know, he's actually learned thaumaturgy, which is a scary concept to the Tremere. But they don't dare kill him, as they would anyone else who learned their secrets of thaumaturgy, because that would spark a massive revolt, and likely the dissolution of the Empire. The Ordea League, despite only being about 24 vampires large, is the most powerful and scary thing in the Empire. And when dealing with the representative of the Ordea League, I highly recommend everyone is on their best etiquette and behavior.
So, Andy, you be quiet.
What's etiquette?
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. So to give you fair warning, the representative of the Ordea League is Baron Oprichniki. So
Bless you.
around him, be very careful, cause if he snaps his fingers, you could die. Like, you'll just be hauled off into the sunlight.
Can you please repeat the name again, Baron?
Baron Oprichniki.
Oprichniki.
Mm-hmm. Is Franz Joseph a Tremere, or is he just a puppet? He is a human. In fact, actually, in the 1870s, the Tremere tried to assassinate him. And that's what we were going to get to at some point. However, it was unsuccessful, and a giant cathedral was built in the city, funded by the great powers of Europe, to commemorate the fact that Franz Joseph survived. Now, the untold story behind this is that Franz Joseph used this as a front to found a group of inquisitors who hunt down and destroy the vampires of the city.
Fun.
Because he is fully aware that it was vampires who tried to assassinate him.
Fantastic.
That sounds like a make.
Basically, I'm not saying it was vampires, but it was definitely vampires, sort of.
It was definitely vampires. There was some masquerade issues, and now there's a league of inquisitors running about the city trying to kill everybody. So, again, watch your step. It's just another hazard.
Where did they usually hang out?
There is a large cathedral just to the northwest of the city center. In fact, hang on, maps.google.ca.
You can just ping it on the city map.
Yeah, I know, because I don't necessarily remember exactly where it is. There it is. And mostly it's just so I can get the name, because it's something absolutely ridiculous. Votevichkade. Votevichkade. Look. Screw it. I'm just going to put it in the goddamn chat. That's the name of the freaking cathedral. Any questions? You can find it directly located right here.
Sorry, how do you pronounce that?
I was hoping somebody could tell me.
Votevrich.
Or something.
Yeah.
I can't even, you can say the first half, but it's the second half that trips people up. It's
Yeah.
like
Votivkirche.
or something.
Yeah,
Votivkirche.
yeah. Thank you. Alright. So, that church was built in commemoration of the assassination, or the survival of the assassination attempt against, Emperor Franz Joseph. Built in 1879. Is the largest and most prominent cathedral, and in fact even building, in the Vienna skyline. So, it is also a basis for a bunch of inquisitors. Now, do keep in mind that while they may be human, they do command extreme powers of faith and can still harm you. So,
Hooray for that humanity! Hooray for humanity's divine spark, which is complicated.
yeah, don't try and explain the world of darkness. It's just not going to happen.
Just
So-
read a 400-page book like I did.
Yeah, pretty much. And even then, you've only got like 1/3 of it.
Sure.
So that's basically the state of the city, the world, and the kindred. Now, let's talk a bit about your relations with the various vampires in the city. All right. So we have a Toreador among us, Cosmo de Medici.
Yep.
So, Ahriman, you're descendant from a lineage through the city that goes back to the Countess de Adhemar, although she is of 7th generation. We will show this girl to everybody. The Countess Annabelle de Adhemar is a Toreador of 7th generation. She is the most powerful Toreador in the city. And she basically fled here during the Napoleonic Wars to get away from France, because turns out they were beheading a lot of nobility. Can't imagine why. That said, all of her descendants, more or less, have ended up dead. And on more than one occasion, attempts have been made on her life. Her and the Tremere have more or less engaged in a secretive feud over control of the city. Although the Tremere have tried many times, they have been unsuccessful in putting her down. But nonetheless, if you're in trouble with the Tremere, she might prove to be a very useful ally.
Am I also in trouble with the Tremere because of Keegan?
Speaking of the Venturers, there's another character that you will meet in the royal court, Frederick von Kolm. No relation to Frederick von Vals.
Oh.
He is a very powerful Ventrue who comes unsurprisingly from the city of Cologne in Germany. However, the shifting balance of power between the Ventrue families is very almost, feudal nobility-like. So, at one point, power shifted against him and he was forced to flee. So he ended up in Vienna and has been one of the prime drivers of industrial growth in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Needless to say that whilst the Ventrue aren't necessarily, on good terms with him, they have respect for him. Because he has been, a massive source of modernization and industrialization in their country. Although he has amassed an immense amount of power from this, which has made the Tremere somewhat uncomfortable. But, at the same time he's doing good things, so it's a bit of a teetering balance with him. And we will also introduce you to Valerius. You don't really know much about him. You'll note he doesn't really have much of a description. You just note that he is the Prince of Vienna. And you might think, well, Prince, that's pretty prestigious, right? Unfortunately not. He's just sort of the middleman of this whole organization. He is appointed Prince. Not by a Council of Primogen, but by the Tremere Council of Seven. His entire existence is more or less to decide whether or not, a certain problem demands the attention of Etrius, the leader of the Council of Seven, while Tremere is in torpor. So those are the three people of whom you will note that are important, who aren't Tremere anyway. Well, Valerius is Tremere, but you'll meet many a Tremere. All right. So does anyone have any questions about the world, the characters that I've talked about?
I can't think of any.
All right. Good.
Honestly, I think the only question I would really have is, have I personally met De Atamar yet, or no?
You are...
Armand.
You're Armand. You're Cosmo Tzimisce. Yeah, you definitely know her. Like, most of you have probably at least met these people. If not, are probably on good terms with them, if you say happen to be the same relation. Or same blood.
Oh yeah, so me and Keegan are pretty good. We're chummy with him.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Mr.
with
Industrious,
Friedrich.
and I'm probably fine with De
The
Atamar.
Countess. Yeah. You'll note, especially in this game, that the blood of your clan flows thicker than water. So, keep that in mind when you need help. And this is another thing about VTM. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Because the entire system of
Unless
VTM...
you enjoy being made into, like, a pile of ashes somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of people in this game, and I'm going to give you this piece of advice, is a lot of people in this game have a certain degree of pride to them, in which they try and solve all their situations alone, and never ask for help from anyone.
Well, who likes owing favors?
Exactly, right?
Exactly.
But sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah. A favor owed is better than a life lost. That may be the case?
That should be on a plaque.
Yeah, something like that. Alright, and so that's the sum of the world. Alright. So, as I said, we're going to start on December 21st, 1912. Now, this is a very important night in the Vienna vampire community. For it is the site of the yearly Unity Ball, which is a ball hosted every year to celebrate the unity of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and vampires from all across come to attend. You can even maybe potentially meet a few members of the Ordea League. You'll see a couple of Tremere from Hungary. You'll even see some Bruja from Bosnia, although you probably don't really want to see them. Let's just say the last couple of balls ever since 1908 have had some minor interruptions, possibly with explosives.
I was about to say, is it minor like people had to leave because they ruined their nice gowns, or was it minor in that you had to clean plaster off the windows of the next?
Yeah, it was
household?
minor in that you had to clean plaster off the windows.
Sounds like the Diablo goat.
Yeah. In addition, I should mention on the politics scene, because I'm sure everyone notes that there's a lot of fame going on in Austria. The renowned Leon Trotsky does currently run the newspaper Pravda here, which means truth, which is basically a communist newspaper. Among other
Pravda?
things. Pravda, sure. Do I look like I can speak Slavic?
I can.
Exactly.
Slav.
Which language group is Moldavian in now again?
Slavic.
It's Romanian/Russian because they own it.
Russian is Slavic.
Because they
Exactly.
own it. I guess Slavic.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah. There is that in town. You might come across it. And also currently in the city is the famed Adolf Hitler. And yes, technically he is famous.
Yeah, this was before he went absolutely crazy. This was even before he wrote his book.
This is actually...
This
is
before
before.
jail.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you
He's still trying to get
for
into
obvious reasons, I can't really let you interact with him.
He's still
In
trying to
addition,
get
in the
into
city, you will find potentially a Mr. Joseph Stalin. Also, don't drink the water in Vienna, whatever you do, because clearly there's something wrong with it.
Or maybe it's just right.
Drink all the Kool-Aid.
What
Yeah.
can go wrong?
Wait, so Hitler, Lenin, and
No, Hitler, Trotsky, and Stalin.
walk into a bar.
Walk into a coffee house, actually. Oh, they all apparently frequented the same coffee house. You can look this
Yeah,
up.
I mean, I own a
Bars.
bar. I would have known if they came in here.
Weren't bars like invented in a few
Yeah,
years?
bars aren't really, a big thing here. You're gonna find more coffee houses than bars.
What about taverns? Aren't they kind of like bars?
Yeah, more or less. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting historical characters in the city. Unfortunately, for obvious reasons, I can't really let you interact with most of them. Too much, anyway. And, don't go... Unless you're the Malkavian, don't go shooting Hitler.
Well, apparently the gun I chose is the same one that assassinated Archduke Ferdinand.
Oh,
I'm more
goddammit.
likely to help Hitler learn how to paint than anything else, even if I'm
We-
not that great at it.
We all know Hitler was a vampire, as was Trotsky and Stalin. It's why they magically
Clearly.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Araman is going to try and rekindle Hitler's love for art, and then he's gonna fail miserably again, and that's when it snaps.
Probably.
All is Araman's fault.
Sorry, again.
Oh. Alright, so yeah, that's the situation. In Vienna as well, I should probably mention, just for hilarity's sake. They won't be featured in the story particularly, but, it's just happy. It is just funny. So, and let's see here. Okay, so let's just go left to right here. And we'll start with Keegan and Craftlol. How are you guys getting to this? In fact, first off, are you attending the Unity Ball this year?
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
I'll follow what my side does. Seems to know this shit.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys wouldn't mind, I'd like to see some appearance etiquette rules out of you.
Alright.
To start this game off, it's like, let's see how good you guys do. Actually, before that, we're going to be cutting to a break here for YouTube, since the, world-building character introduction stuff is now over. So, for those of you on YouTube, thank you for watching this video. Tune in next time for when we actually start playing the video game.
Video
Bye.
game, tabletop RPG.
I just called it a video game.
But
What?
yeah.
Whatever. When we start
Tabletop.
playing the tabletop game. Bye-bye.
On our computer.
Yeah.